Actually, they were about to throw this away, but like, this was from the College of Architecture at UH.
Really?
Yeah, and they were about to throw this away, like it says that shit right there. But then, I don't know, it was like, it's kind of like a photo book, the majority of the other stuff they have like outside. So like, I decided to like keep it, and then it's like kind of like inspiration if I need some. These, this, I drew that like senior year of high school. My art teacher, like, he submitted me into a competition without my knowledge, and he said, well, I already put your name, so you're going. So I was like, okay. So I drew my classmate, a little Korean girl. I put a flower in her mouth.
Did you win?
Yeah, it was like,
oh, shit.
I was like one of the finalists, but like I didn't really put like, you know. And then these are some of the paintings that I made just like for fun. And I usually like, I don't really paint like solo as much, but like usually these are all created with like, when I paint with like other friends.
Mm-hmm.
This one was like from my friend's like R&B and paint event. I don't know what the inspiration was. This was like wine too, like that drip.
On accident or on purpose?
On accident, so I kept it because I kind of like.
Yeah, it works.
But like, I don't know how like I came up with this. I just looked to the person next to me and I saw like his head. Like, I'm not saying they look like this, but like I was like, shit, I was inspired, and I just kept mixing. It was all like basic colors too, and I decided to like keep mixing it, and then I came up with these, and I don't know, fuck with it. This one, I don't know, like this was like my little cousin, but like
as the inspiration.
Yeah, I looked at her also. I feel like I look at people and like, cause whenever I'm on my free time, I'll go into like cafes and just like sketching people. And if I like the end product, then I show it to them and then make new friends.
Oh, that's live.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever been offended? Like, why did you draw me?
Not from my experience, and usually people are more receptive. Usually they notice me like looking up and down like that, and then sometimes usually they like smile or they don't mind, and then afterwards I show it to them, then start combo.
Okay, it's cool.
Yes, sir. This one, my friend gave this to me before she moved out of Houston, so it's like kind of like a sentimental thing, and then also I like Pikachu. These, I printed these out, like I edited them on Adobe Illustrator and like a little bit of Photoshop, but like I got them from like Travis Scott is like, I'd say like my top artist of all time.
Was he a top artist on Spotify this year?
On
Apple Music.
Since 2019, he's like always top.
That's what's up.
Since I switched over to Apple Music, and then so like also let's say Houston shit, Jack Boys, and also Birds in the Trap. It's generally like most people would say it's his least liked, but like it's the most sentimental to me because it's when it was like 2015, 16, and that's like
I have that song on SoundCloud still.
Yeah, even like his old shit, because listening to that for the first time, my homie put me on, and then that's when I started listening to his like unreleased, like prior to that. So that's when and I also fuck with like the dark aesthetic, just like I just like anything dark, to be honest. Like that carpet it was from my homie shop. It was like a cute little piece. I think like it's like That's Tough is his brand, and then he usually like collabs with our other homie. This one, I laser cutted that myself from the College of Architecture. Like I made the stencil on like the software and then put it in the machine.
What is it?
It's like a little thing I put like some like silverware.
Oh, okay.
But like yeah, and then these I used to rev a lot. Like you wear them. If you look through this, I don't know if you can see. Like you gotta look through like light source, and it's like all the light source end up becoming hearts. But I don't know if you gotta
might as well
look at like a specific like. Or we can try like the red. I don't know, but if you
on
look
that side.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, not the full lights.
Oh, you can look at the red. It works too, but like if you put it through the lens. it makes it into a heart. So like everything you see, like if you drive around at night and you wear these, all of the light sources become hearts.
Have you ever seen what's it called? Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
Do you remember there was these it was like an Easter egg, not Easter egg, but it was like a thing in the back. But whenever they're on the bus together, and then they fall in love or whatever, all the lights turn into hearts.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much like that. This I got this from my kid too. I just put a little knife, just like if I need to cut something or protect myself. This I got this foam head from Michael's. Like we use it for like design and shit. But like this is my homie's brand, YBB, Young Baby Boy. It was one of this like baklava cereals, so this is like glow in the dark. So and then he like samples, so like decided to support him too and just like share it and whatnot and just keep it around. Like a few little specks that I found here and there throughout my adventures in life. These are all actually my friend's drawings. She's a year above me in architecture school.
Oh wow! And
then her studio, they did one time like apocalyptic, like a scenario, if like all of the earth was like fucked up, and then like you can tell by this like section like everybody moved underground, and they ended up society started devolving naturally, and then like cannibalism and whatnot. And these are all her graphics. These were usually at the end of each semester, the college like sends out an email to like clean up everything, but like she just left this pinned up, and it was like the last day before they clean everything up themselves. So I found it walking around, and I texted her. I was like, "Yo, these are fire!" And like she printed them, and she already had them backed with like a foam core in the back, so it has a thickness to it. So I hit her up, and I told her I want to like put this in my room because it's sick. And then she was like, "Oh, it's actually like an honor." Like, okay.
So yeah, these are beautiful. I thought these were like something you ordered online. Or...
Yeah, nah, these are like we do this shit in school.
That's really cool. Graphics. So architecture isn't just I guess I thought it was just more like real world applications and schematics.
It's both, but like especially the UH's program, it's more design oriented. So you gotta obviously like you gotta put in the work and like the interest to be able to like spend the time to like focus on graphics. But yeah, some people like are really like put a lot of hours in and they come up with like really good work.
What's the most exciting part of design for you?
The most exciting part? I feel like it's connecting the dots with like, cause I feel like the way that I look at design, you know how they say like nothing is like original, like everything's already been done. So like, I keep that in mind, but I don't let that limit me also. But the way that I see it, it's like to make something new, it means like putting something from yourself and applying it into the project. So like that could be like your history, your background, your perspectives, your biases, whatnot, and then you apply that to your design, and that like only you can, like people can see like your touch, and that's how like certain like artists, like you can tell it's their work.
It's their work.
Yeah, things like that. I feel like that's my take on design, and also like just like the act of doing, I feel really like euphoric in a way, because I just like creating. It makes me feel like I'm able to express myself, but also in architecture, like I'm able to apply it in something pragmatic and like real world, like the built environment. Cause there's someone I read this somewhere. I think it's a Churchill quote. He said that like our buildings shape us, like our mood, like our behavior, whatnot, and then we shape our buildings, and it's like kind of like a cyclical thing.
There was this quote I forgot where exactly who said it, but he said does our mind affect our behaviors, or does our behavior affect our mind? He's like, it's not a trick question, it's an actual like which one comes first, right?
Like chicken or the egg.
Yeah, chicken or the egg type situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was like, yeah. What do you think comes first?
The chicken or the egg?
Well, I mean, in that whole thing of like Which affects more, the building or the...
I feel like I look at that in like perspective. So like say if you were like a newborn baby or a child and you're like a blank slate, tabula rasa, the house that you grew up in, it's gonna like affect how you form, the people that you're with, your environment. So I feel like the building shapes you, but also if from the perspective of like a grown human that already has like gone through their formative years, I feel like they're able to shape the buildings because of the things that they went through. So they have, like, you know, they say like can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's like just like a little adage, like that same application. But obviously like you don't want to like stick, like you don't want to subscribe to like the words and kind of limit yourself, because I feel like it doesn't matter how old you are, like if you want something, like you gotta get that, you can get that shit done.
So I mean, then it's a thing of self-awareness then.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have, or can you talk about the most thing you made that you've been the most proud of, like till today? Like you're like, that's my like magnum opus.
The thing that I'm most proud of, well, like I'd probably say this. So, it's like kind of like broken now, but like this building I designed, it was my first one, like actual building, outside of like conceptual stuff. So this is Montrose Avenue, I think, and this is Texas Art Supply. So this is like real world. The only thing I worked on, me and my partner, is within this site. So these are all like real buildings and stuff. And then this one, like I had to come up with it and like kind of like you have to be able to like apply it to like I wanted to apply history and stuff. So like I named it like out of Lightning Hopkins. I don't know if you know who that is. So the most critically and commercially successful blues artist to come out of Houston. Like he's a guitarist. And these, so this is all like without the roof, so you can see the rooms inside. But this is all like the performance hall. These are all like recording studios upstairs and admin offices.
So what was this building? Sorry to cut you off.
It's like a music venue, and also like we needed to have like 2 recording studios. But I kind of separated the public from the private, and also like sound and whatnot. This like this is like a giant pergola. Like think of it like usually people have that like in their backyards or something. Think of it like really massive. So like a person would probably be like, I don't know, this is like 12 feet, so like probably like half of this is a person like 6 foot.
Oh wow. Then that puts it in scale actually.
Yeah, and then these are actually from one of the songs. I forgot which song specifically, but like I have like a musical background also, so I kind of like transposed the notes and I applied it into like a physical like kind of a shading system. The members already act as kind of like a natural static shading from sun. These are just like translucent panels to kind of like create patterns on the ground whenever the sun hits it. But yeah, these are all like music notes, and these are, I don't know if you know music, like
I can't read sheet music.
Yeah, but like you know like 4 notes in a measure, like 4 times temperature. Pretty much each cell I think is a measure, something like that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and I just kept it here since like this was like I think 2 years ago now. Yeah, and some of my other projects, they're in like the boxes or something, like so dust doesn't collect. Yeah. And these, I guess like, well, in my old apartment, I would just like had extra shit and write down like quotes or like draw whatever came to mind. This was actually the last piece that I got done. Like it was on my calf. My homie did it. I met him in architecture school too. And then he when COVID hit, he was like he wasn't feeling the online mode of teaching. So he dropped and he became an artist full time and kind of like put in the work, and now he's doing really successful things in LA. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So if I want another piece, I gotta go over there. But yeah, about it, man.
That's really cool. Another question. We can go back if you want to.
Yeah.
Another question. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration? Like the not unreachable because it's always reachable, but like somebody you like look up to and what you do. Yeah, I figured.
Virgil, definitely. I think because like he it's like transcending like more than one mode of creation, and also like I like the fact that he also went to like architecture school. I think his undergrad was in like civil engineering or some shit, and then he did his like master's in architecture. So just because of that, it makes me like him more automatically because like
You get it.
shared struggle type.
Yeah.
But also like he created like his own stuff like from Pyrex to like all the way to like Off-White, not and then being creative director at men's like LV. So like just like I don't know, and like also like his connection to Kanye and like just other creatives. Like other things I also like look up to is like I don't know if you know like Daniel Arsham.
The name sounds familiar.
He's like he has his office too called Snarkitecture, kind of like a funny play on words I guess, but he mixes like architecture and like design with like more. That's why like some of my friends are like in the industrial design program. They do more like shoes or chairs or cars, so it kind of like hanging around that like multiple modes of design. Or he did Gunna's last album, not this one,
the
but
silver one, right?
Yeah, the silver one with like crystals. That's like his style. I think he makes like out of plaster, and then there's like cracks with like geodes and something inside.
That's really cool.
That's like his style. But yeah, my dad wanted me to pursue engineering because that's what he did. But then I was like, I mean, math's cool and all, but like I didn't want. It's not really like what I enjoyed. So I went into architecture school kind of blind. Like obviously, like the same like people have like notions of like architecture, what it is. I knew nothing. Like I didn't take any architecture courses in high school, whatever, like workshop stuff. But I just went in it because it was like a happy middle ground. I feel like I've met a lot of people in a similar situation too. Like they wanted to like pursue fine art, but then their parents were like, no, like get like something lucrative, like engineering. And then so they found a happy middle ground. I personally didn't want to pursue like art in college, but like I just went to architecture because I was like, let's give it a shot type. And then when I went in and actually started learning more about the topic and like the history and the people, kind of like I decided like in it that like yeah, this is like what I enjoyed. Also like the first semester is kind of like a weeding out process. So a lot like drop rate is I think like 50% or something. So like only the people that like want it or like have no choice or whatever circumstance.
Is it a drop rate from like academic wise or a drop rate like portfolio wise? Like
no, they drop, like the professors tell them to like drop, like you're not gonna make it. And some people take no for an answer and they end up succeeding in the end. Like it's like multiple stories. But like some people just like they don't want to put in the hours like outside of class or like to stay up the late nights and whatnot. Yeah, like it's a lot of like trauma bonding too. The studio environment definitely like brings you closer with your peers and like like drink the pain away whatnot.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool, man. So but would you have any advice going back to the original
to
question?
My younger self?
Yeah.
I'd say I'd have to tell myself keep going, regardless of like how everything feels in the moment, wherever you're at in time and space. Just keep moving forward and like just keep your head down, like keep grinding. Like cause like pain is temporary. Type shit. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
well,
man.
Thank you for having me, man.
For sure.